What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. For you guys that don't know, we are continuing on with our dually series today. If y'all are curious, go back and watch our last two videos and you'll be caught up with what we're doing. We are basically, it had a cracked piston or a bolt dropped in the engine, and we are pulling the engine out of the Harley truck here, and we have put it into the dually to get it up and going. So we have a nice tow pig build going on here. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are just now tuning in, checking out the channel and everything like that, please go back, check out the channel, check out all the videos. And if you like what we're doing, consider giving us a sub and liking our videos. I would greatly appreciate it. But I'm not going to do a whole lot of yapping at the beginning here. This thing is out, and I have got this all mated up and in. Literally just got it dropped in last night, as you saw at the beginning of this video. And this has blown head gaskets. So what I'm going to do now is, I think it's a lot easier to do a stud job with the engine in the frame compared to it being on the cherry picker or on the ground or on an engine stand. Basically just using the frame as an engine stand. It's a lot more rigid and easier for me to get in and torque studs and everything like that. So just my personal opinion, so that's how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and start buzzing all the stuff off that I need off, and get these heads over to Randy and see if they are salvageable. Because if you saw our first video where we pull the cab and see what was wrong with the engine, whoever had put an oil cooler in it prior dropped a bolt into the engine and destroyed the number 8 or something like that piston. So what I'm going to do is basically, it also destroyed the head. So that's why we're, in hindsight, we're pulling these heads. But I don't know if these are going to do us any good, because these bad boys are from Amazon. Somebody, whoever did this stud job, put some old Amazon cylinder heads on there. You can see the number right there. It's CIFLC-16. If you look that up on the old Googles, we get some Amazon cylinder heads that pop up. So I don't think these are going to be any good, but we're going to see if we can get lucky, see what Randy thinks about them. So without any more talking, let's go ahead and I'm going to start buzzing stuff off and get these heads pulled, guys. So I want to stop real quick, and I want to stress just how important this step is, and no matter what you're doing on a 6-liter, does not matter. If the intake manifold has to come off for any reason whatsoever, you have got to. I cannot stress this enough. You're going to take your air gun and you're going to go down here in all these little nooks and crannies, and you're going to blow out everywhere around the intake manifold gaskets and everything. You need to be 1,000,000,000% certain that there is no trash or anything around where that intake manifold is going to come off. Because if you miss anything and you pull that intake manifold off, whatever is hanging out right there, which 9 times out of 10 is a loose bolt that has got dropped over the years of it being serviced or whatever it may be, and it will find its way straight down into the engine. I promise you this. And then you're going to be looking just like this truck was when it got here. And this is a very prime example. I'm so happy that this happened here and I get to see it. You're going to look just like this. This is the engine out of this dually over here, and they just put an oil cooler in it, and they dropped a bolt down into the runner on top of the head, and it found its way right on top of number 8 piston and destroyed it. So I'm trying to save you guys a lot of heartache, because that sucks, and then you're putting an engine in it. So that's just a heads up, guys. I mean, I want to be 1,000,000,000% certain everywhere around, every single little passageway is completely clean. If you think there's something hanging out down there, get a little pin magnet and even stick the pin magnet down in there. Just make sure it's 1,000% clean. I just wanted to stop and stress that. I stress that in almost all of my educational videos, how important that step is, and that can cost you an engine right there, is not following that step. So just a heads up, I'm going to get back after it here, get the intake manifold off, and continue with the heads. guys? I'd say the combination of some old Victor Ryan's head gaskets probably was the culprit, and some Amazon cylinder heads. But for shits and giggles, we're going to take these bad boys over to Randy real quick and see if they're salvageable. And maybe we'll get lucky and they're halfway decent castings and we can reuse them and try our luck with that. I by no means would recommend this to a customer or even to you guys. So just a heads up on that, but we're going to try our luck because I can just pull it in, pull the cab, and fix it if I need to again. So let's get him over to Randy. Shoot, that's a nice sticker right there. I said, that's a nice sticker right there. Well, real quick update. I've got the block deck completely surfaced the way that I like it. Nice and pretty looking. And if you guys are not aware of how we do this, we also have a nice video I made separately discussing how I do block preparation. And I think it's this cabinet that I put it in. No, this one. All right, so right here is what I use to deck my blocks or get them ready for gaskets. I will take a razor blade and I will clean up just the surface and get all the extra gasket material off the deck. And then what we're going to do is I will take some WD-40 and I will soak the deck down and soak my stone. So for you guys wondering, that is a knife sharpening stone from like a kitchen supply store for like chefs. And we'll clean it up and then I'll hit that stone and I will just work my way side to side until my WD-40 is no longer nasty and turning brown. And I'll just sit there and keep going and make sure it's nice and pretty looking. You are not going to get 90% of this stuff out. This is just kind of etched into the block, and without actually taking it to a machine shop and decking it, that is not going to come out. This is how I've always done it, and I'm pretty prideful in saying that I've never had a head gasket job come back, and we put a really, really nice warranty on them. I know that when I get done with it, I don't have to worry about them, so that's the way I like to do it. And then when I get done doing my stone, I will take just like a piece of emery cloth or Scotch-Brite, like right there. And I will go back and hit that with WD-40 and just kind of buff all my scratches out from the stone. That's how I've done it for all these years, and it's worked great for me. If you guys want a more in-depth video watching me do it and everything, go back and check out the video. It's block surface preparation. I've got a nice video on that. But next, now that we've got that all prepped and everything, we can go ahead and put this up. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and you're going to get your blow nozzle and a rag, and we're going to go through and blow out all of our stud holes and get all the oil and everything out of them. And then I like to go ahead and spray some brake clean down in there and let it sit and then blow the brake clean out. But make sure you grab a rag and wrap the rag around your blow nozzle when you blow these holes out, because if not, you're gonna catch a nice bath of oil and crud all over yourself. So make sure you do some safety stuff there. And then when we get done with that, what I've got here is my right angle drill and a 14x20 tap. And what I'm going to do there after I get done blowing those holes out is I'm going to tap all my holes. And that's just a nice little extra step that I like to do. Usually the threads are never boogered up or anything, but it's just something nice to do, so I do it. Also, if you're reusing studs, I like to go ahead and clean them up, tap them as well. And also, if you can, take them to the machine shop or measure them yourself and make sure they are not stretched if you are using them more than once. But that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to jump on that and get that taken care of. And then hopefully our gaskets will show up at Ford and we can go pick up some gaskets. We got our head gaskets on and got us a nice little UPS shipment here, baby. Got our leveling kit and some cab mounts. So let's load it all up and put some cab mounts on. Got the goods. The goods, people. Whew. These are the nice ones. Cool. Well, we got that. And then I got my leveling kit all opened up. Very, very nice stuff right here from Bilstein. Yeah. Got the reservoir shocks and everything. Comes with the nice clamps. I wish I'd have known this because I ordered a separate set of these because I didn't see them in the picture. So I guess we'll have an extra set of reservoir shock mounts that we'll never use. And the springs and everything. So we'll do this once we have the cab set back down. I'll go ahead and probably just use the rack and pick her up like that and put these coil springs in. It should make it nice and level. This thing squats, or doesn't squat, but where it's a 350 cab chassis truck, it's pretty low in the front. So pick it back up and get it all leveled back out and everything. I think this is going to be a pretty rad looking truck. But I've got my studs all put in here. So now what we're going to do is I've got all these just basically just running with the gun till they just bottom out. And then what I'll do is I'll go through them and paint pin every single one of them. And then I will back them off half of a turn. And then we are good to go ahead and put our heads on. Just waiting on our heads to come back from Randy right now. They should be done here fairly soon. They were good. And we are going to run me some Amazon heads. So best of luck to us on that one. So Randy says they'll be good, so we're going to run them. But yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to throw some cab mounts on this frame. That way we're ready to set the cab down when the heads get back. Well, we got all our cab mounts in except for our all the way up ones here. This one is seized on me. Gonna have to cut that one out. The other one come out. And I did a couple things. I went ahead and just because I had them, I had these old Harley tow hooks off one of our wrecked Harley Davidson trucks that we had. Went ahead and swapped them out because they look better. I mean, I just had them, so why not? But real quick, I wanted to touch on something that I get a lot of questions about, and I had a few people reach out to me on one of our stud videos. So I want to touch on it real quick, and that's when we paint pin all the studs. And as you can see, I've got all my studs with a line paint pinned on them. And basically they are bottomed out in the block right now. So they are tight, hand tight. And what I'm going to do on every single one, I'm just going to back it off just like that until they're all sideways. And what I'll do is when we get the heads and the rocker boxes back on and we start our torque sequence, what I will do is I will hold these studs and with our Allen key here, and I will take my wrench and I will just snug, just in a normal torque sequence like you're starting before you get your torque wrench. I will do my first little thing with a wrench and just make sure they're all set and still sideways. But there is no way to hold these studs when you start torquing. So do not freak out when you start torquing and doing your torque sequences and these have rotated back up. That's fine. This particular step that I do is just so that I know I have not got all these studs bottomed out in the block. I just have them backed off half a turn like ARP wants. And that's just the way that I do it. You don't have to paint pin them. It is just it's just something that I do, just another little step. And like I said, I'll go ahead and grab a wrench, hold the stud, and I will just go ahead and put, I don't know, 20 foot-pounds on a wrench on every single stud and make sure they're all still sideways like that. And then I'll go ahead and start my torque sequences. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick and kind of help anybody out that was curious about that step right there. I know a lot of people were freaking out saying, hey, my studs moved, you know, all that good stuff, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. There's no way to hold them when you start torquing a 210-something foot-pounds. So another step, I've got my exhaust pulled off the Harley truck over there and moved on over to the dually here. And I've been doing a lot of some Sawzall action, trying to get 5-inch to clear on a cab chassis truck. And let me tell you, it's a pain in the butt. So I've kind of got it where I want it, but I'm not gonna mess with it anymore until we have heads on and the turbo is on the valley and I can go ahead and start working from downpipe all the way back. I'll have to go ahead and go get me an extra little piece of 5-inch to extend and see if I can set it up where we don't touch anything on the back with 5-inch straight pipe. So that's where we're at. Hopefully our heads will get done today and I can go get them and we can continue and get this thing done. All right, and just like that, we're back with some heads. Just went to Randy's and picked them up. Another beautiful set done by him. Absolutely kills it every time, every single time. He just does such awesome work. So our Amazon heads were good. The machine job on it was absolute trash, what Randy said, and all the valve guides were pretty much unusable. So he completely rebuilt these, and he said they're good castings, so we're just going to run them and hope for the best. He thinks they're going to be good, so if he likes it, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these things slapped on so we can continue here, and hopefully this will be the only thing I am lacking to get the cab set down and get this thing back in action, guys. But just wanting to stop and show you guys real quick and everything before I put them on. Nice and ringed and ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead and get these bad boys slapped on. All right, well, we've got heads on, and real quick, do not forget to get your 6-4 push rods if you're doing this job. Do not use, under any circumstances, use your 6-liter push rods that come out of the engine that you're doing a head job on. If you are unsure if it's had 6-4 push rods put in it, you can go ahead and measure it. They're, I think 10 or 15 millimeters shorter than 6-liter push rods. But what I like to do is I've got just a nice set that come out of my black truck engine from XDP. There's the part number, XD320. I've had really good luck with these. And I have them laying around from the black truck engine blown up. So why not use them and save myself $300? So I'm going to go ahead and throw those in, get the rocker boxes, gaskets changed out, and then we can go ahead and start putting nuts on and starting our torque sequence. All right, well, I've got my rocker boxes rear gasketed, and I've got all my stuff put together here. My first torque sequence done. 75 or 70, something like that. 70, 140, 210 is your torque sequences. If you are unsure of the way that you should go in a pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can do that whichever way you like to do it. Just, you can flip-flop or go that way. Don't matter. Just make sure you do it in that sequence, middle to out. The ARP stuff is a little pretty straightforward on that, walking you through that. Another thing is make sure that all of your push rods are lined up into the lifter bores. You can shine a flashlight down in there and look, and also make sure that they are in the actual grooves on the rocker arms. You do not want to torque this down and bend a push rod, because that will happen. Also make sure that you did not pick up and drop any of your lifter bridges. Also, there is no no particular order that these have to go back in. You can mark them where they went, but if it gets a valve job and all that good jazz, it doesn't really matter. So the way that I like to do it is you can do it however, but I do 609C3, and I'll do them exactly that exact same way. But like I said, I'm not going to go in super big detail on all this stuff doing this truck because I've got a huge video. Go back, check it out. It's the Mr. Shearer's truck from Florida. Very, very in-depth video if you need any help. We also have a cab pull video. Just go back and check those videos out. But I'm going to go ahead and get our heads torqued down and ready to start finishing up the truck here. She is. We are in business, and I am feeling this one today for some reason. My arm's killing me on that one. Really nothing much else, guys. What I like to do is after I've got my final torque sequence done, I like to go ahead and rotate the engine a couple times and make sure I don't feel any hard spots or anything, or feel anything binding up, just in case. And like I said, don't forget to go back and check all your rocker arms and make sure that they are nice and good. That's pretty much it. So that's our torque sequence. What I'll do is now I'll let this sit, I don't know, for probably overnight. And then before I'm done with everything, I'll go back and I'll check every single stud one last time at 210 foot-pounds. If you all did see me, the torque wrench turned red. These are used studs. I don't know how many torque sequences they have on them, so I just went ahead and threw a little bit of extra sauce on them. So we're going to hope for the best on those. Definitely don't recommend doing that, but got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to go ahead, re-ring injectors, and rotate this engine and make sure that everything is good to go. And we are on to final assembly and dropping this cab. Well, guys, I guess I'm going to start this section by saying I'm sorry. I had the camera set up and thought I was recording like an hour worth of video putting this thing back together, but my phone decided that it didn't want to record. So I'm sorry. We're back together though, completely. I don't know what the hell my phone's doing. I might have to invest in an actual camera. But yeah, 100% back together. Fixing to drop the cab back down. I've got, I'm just gonna try and go over everything I did real quick. I've got my up pipes wrapped. I've got the manifolds wrapped. It's just an extra little bit of something I like to do. That's done. I made the exhaust work. I had to go over and see the dome gnome and get a section of 5-inch pipe. Cause where this is cab chassis truck, I didn't have enough exhaust off the Harley truck. It wasn't long enough. I don't think that I'm gonna get lucky enough to make a tailpipe section work. I tried pretty much everything back here, and it really just ain't gonna happen. There's just not enough room for the tailpipe section to go on and come out in that little section, basically how the tailpipe section comes over the axle. So I guess for now, we're just going to leave it axle dumped like that until I can figure something out. Can't even put the exhaust tip on. There's not enough room. So we're just going to let that ride for right now, and then I'll worry about that later. Cab mounts are all on, and I'm fixing to have to cut this one out. It's seized. I think that's really about the gist of it. Nothing really spectacular. You guys have seen me put plenty of these back together, so I'm gonna go ahead, and I guess since we didn't record any of that video, I'm gonna go ahead, and Jeremiah's on his way over, and we'll go ahead, drop the cab, And I guess we'll go ahead and do the leveling kit in this video and just finish off the series. But yep, went ahead, put radiator hoses off the Harley truck because they're new. We should be good to go. I really think that's about the gist of it, guys. All right, I'm gonna set you up, and hopefully my phone doesn't decide to do anything stupid, and we can finish the series up. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap it up on the tow rig build. We are completely done with it for the most part. I'm going to flip you around and show you everything. I just got done cleaning it up and making it look nice and pretty. I've drove it about 500-ish miles or so, and it's doing great. Absolutely love it so far. It's probably one of the best riding cab chassis trucks I've ever been in. The S&B cab mounts and the leveling kit really make the difference on these things. But I'm gonna flip you around, just kind of go over it real quick. Here it is. I've got it all cleaned up and everything. I also went ahead and I ordered a whole bunch of stuff, just cheap stuff off Amazon, mostly because this is not really, like we're not spending a whole bunch of money on this truck. But got new door badges for it, new mirrors, new cab lights. Went ahead and put the headlights out of the Harley truck on it. I ordered a new chrome grille for it, and the bumper has not shown up for it yet, and I will take that and have that paint matched to the truck, so that'll be a nice little touch. The leveling kit turned out absolutely awesome. I love it. The thing drives really, really nice for a cab chassis truck. Still a little rough because it's just really heavy. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. I'm over the moon with it. I want to find maybe some really low pro toolboxes to go right in this general area. I don't like them when they hang down super low like the ones that had it when we got the truck. And as you can see, we moved our beer cooler over to this thing. It ought to do me a lot better in this truck than it would in the Harley truck. So I got it on the slide, so it slides out to you, and this thing's like fully climate controlled. It does awesome. Like when we got home from Georgia with the Harley truck, it was like 27 degrees, 21 degrees in this thing, which is pretty wicked without ice. So that'll serve us good when we're working on machines and stuff in the mountains. And it's on a nice slide that locks, and it's got its own power supply, and it keeps the battery from draining. I really like this thing. Really appreciate Mr. Andrew leaving that in the Harley truck for me. But other than that, I got new LED lights all the way around for the bed. Just went ahead and replaced those. And then me and my buddy had to sit over here and really diag this cluster of wiring for the bed here. It took us pretty much all day to make all the lights work and come on the way they should. But they all are running really, really nicely. And I'm in love with it, guys. It's really just a really nice, fun daily driver truck that is going to do us good hauling all of our race trucks around. So cannot complain at all. So we'll go ahead, we'll get a bumper thrown on it as soon as possible, and I need to spend a little bit of time inside. Inside's pretty nasty. As you can see, just the carpet's really gross, and definitely is going to need some seats. They're ripped on both sides. And I mean, other than that, guys, I'm pretty stoked with it. I'll probably go ahead and fire it up for you guys so you guys can hear it. Yeah. Sounds really nice with the it's got a BD Screamer turbo on it. This is all from the Harley truck. Sounds pretty nice, can't complain. Yeah, so I think it sounds pretty wicked. It's not too obnoxiously loud with the 5-inch. The 5-inch kind of drones it out just enough to where it's not just really high-pitched whistle. Other than that, I really don't have much else to cover on it, guys. That's pretty much the gist of it. I think it's going to be a really great tow pig for us. I think it's going to really just do us good. So one last overview of everything. I moved it back over to the shop. This is everything just off the Harley truck that we moved over. I by no means like the Sinister stuff. I really don't even recommend the Sinister stuff. If you're going to get charged pipes or anything, it needs to come from Larry at SoCal. But all the stuff was there, so it was free, so why not use it? And just a quick overview, it's 155/30s and a BD Screamer Stage 1 turbo that's in this thing. And I went ahead and threw some innovative tunes on it, which I may change. I'm not too, I don't really care for the way they shift. We'll just see. We're going to play with it and see how we like it and get it dialed in. But it's perfect as of right this second for just daily driving and going and grabbing the trailer and hauling the white truck somewhere. So we should be able to put it through its paces. We have the F100 show coming up in Pigeon Forge in May. I think it's May 10th or something like that. And we will have the white 7.3 OBS inside up there. So if y'all want to come by, come see us. If you see us out there, stop me, say hi. I think I'll have some shirts with me as well. So if you want to buy some shirts, just come grab me. And quick touch on that. Here in the coming weeks, I will have a big video dropping on the website update. So I know a lot of people have been patiently waiting for that. So just stick with me, guys. But here in the next couple days, if you follow me on Instagram or you're friends with me on Facebook, the website is pretty much completely done. We are just dialing in a couple little fine things, just fine tuning it and getting it ready for you guys to be able to purchase stuff. And I will make a big video on that coming up. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I love you guys. Thank you all so much for the support. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't seen our stuff, you're just checking it out, do us all a favor, go down, check out some of our videos. And if you like what you see, consider subscribing, liking the videos. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.